Hey Xenogears fan group, I've got a few of these character specific videos I wanted to make, and to start us off, let's go with Margie. Hope you guys enjoy. Marguerite Fatima, better known to the players as Margie. On my recent playthrough, I gained a completely different amount of respect and admiration for her character. My first time experiencing the game, I thought, here's just Bart's romance interest, and that's it. She's just a female foil for Bart. This time playing through as an adult, I can really appreciate how well the quiet strength is written into her character. If I had to pick one word to describe her, it would be grace. We're all familiar with her character, but just a little background. She's 16 at the events of the game. At 4, her family was killed when Shakan made his power grab, and at just 10, she became the figurehead and symbol for the Church of Nissan. That's a lot to throw on a kid. But the world of Xenogears is no picnic. The first time we see her in the game is when the big Gebler boss Ramses shows up. She's been captured because she heard some misinformation about the Sisters of the Church being held captive in Bledavik. Taking the bait, the trap is sprung, and she's caught herself. Which, side note, if you haven't read the Xenogears Perfect Works at all, check out her bio. There's a somewhat cute story about how she was actually captured. I'll link the page below. So, Ramses shows up. At this point, Margie has no idea what's going to happen. She knows she's in the clutches of an evil bastard who murdered her whole family and is willing to torture kids to get to the ancient Fatima Jasper treasure. So, big badass Gebler commander walks in. She calmly dodges his questions and asks for some cake next time. Now that's bravery right there. Talk about not cracking under the pressure. And that's one of the things I love about her character. Her ability to be brave or project bravery without having tangible power. Compare her to a character like Ellie or Maria. Margie is not a fighter. Ellie, of course, has that grace about her, but Ellie is a trained soldier and an officer. She can mess somebody up and she knows it. Margie, on the other hand, has no tools to draw confidence from. At least not like those. The game does make sure to underscore that because when she aids you in battle, her moves really don't do much. So her bravery doesn't spring from a place of dominating her enemies physically. It comes from her personality and her faith. She's got these awesome written moments of emotional fragility and vulnerability. There's an excellent subtext to underscore how she's feeling without beating the player over the head with it. And then again, I missed it. Margie is also somewhat reckless. This might come from only being 16, or maybe her bloodline, but she's definitely a woman of action. How she's captured initially kinda underscores this, as she went to Bledavik, the home of the enemy who's been after you with no backup and no support. I kinda compare it a little bit to Princess Zelda in Breath of the Wild when she goes to face down Ganon after Link's been defeated. Except Zelda had the power, the ancient power flowing through her and a prophecy and something like that to help her hopefully overcome. Margie's odds of success were noticeably slimmer in this case. Her reckless streak also comes to play at a critical moment for the party. Bart and team have infiltrated the fake Jasper and you're one step away from getting the actual Fatima Jasper treasure, the Advari. But of course, in typical fashion, the bad guy has a trap waiting for him at that step, and the team is surrounded. So, the prince and the other capable people are trying to figure out exactly what to do. Margie just bolts for it, runs through the gunfire, and makes it to the Omnigear Advari, actually becoming the first pilot of the gear in 500 years, for a brief moment. At that time, she was just like, consequences be damned, I'm gonna go do what I have to do, even if it doesn't make any sense. That's something we see from others in the game as the story progresses. Ellie, at the start of Disc 2, once she's awakened from her memory of being Sophia, has matured somewhat. The other characters kind of remark on this. As Ellie takes on more and more the role of Mother Sophia in the new Church of Nissan, we see her becoming the world's beacon for salvation. And in those scenes, we see none other than Margie right beside her. Unfortunately, from there, we really don't see enough of Margie throughout the rest of the game. It was originally planned to make her a playable character, something I got wrong in the quiz I made, but in the game development process and the incomplete nature of the game probably made making that happen an impossibility. But anyway, I'm glad I got to appreciate the subtlety and the skill that went into writing her character in a way that simultaneously projects strength and vulnerability. And I hope next time you play, you might notice that within her as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. See you guys.